Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's the Fifth Avenue Project back with another episode. Now, I just want to continue on with this whole YouTube thing. What I want to do is kind of switch gears a little bit, and instead of talking about demonetization, remonetization, I want to talk about whether or not you can still make money on YouTube. Now, I'm on this website, my workfromhomemoney.com, right? And I want to use this source only because it coincides with my way of thinking when it comes to whether or not you could still make money on YouTube. The answer to the question is you can still make money on YouTube in 2019, but it's much harder than ever. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you could just jump in, make six figures or even seven figures and you're good to go. As you guys saw in my last couple of videos, I had a rough go, especially since they demonetized my entire channel and then they remonetized it. That could be very stressful. Just imagine if that's your sole, that's your one stream of income, and then it gets cut off like that. So there's a lot of layers to it. You guys are asking me, hey, what if I start a channel? Can I do it? Is it still possible? You know, obviously, if you were an early adopter, say you started a channel when YouTube came out in 2005 or maybe 2010, even 2015, you had a much better chance. But because the user base is so big, and the partner program, the YouTube's partner program, which is basically AdSense, the rules are ever changing, right? And then you got the algorithm. Basically, the algorithm lets your videos either be seen or not seen, and you have to have good SEO, and you have to use keywords, hashtags, good description, quality videos, follow the guidelines, no copyrights. It's a bunch that goes into it. If you guys are YouTubers, you know what I'm saying. If you guys are not familiar with the creator side of YouTube, stay tuned. But there's always a chance. But just like in the real world where 90% of businesses fail, 90% of people who start YouTube channels will not be able to live off of YouTube. Create a goal for yourself. Do you just want side money from YouTube, little passive income here and there, or do you actually want to make a career out of it? It depends. If it's the latter, if you want to make a career out of it, you're gonna go through a little bit of bumps and bruises. But I want to discuss this article a little bit. So as you can see, the very first thing that's highlighted, right? It says you don't need thousands of subscribers to make money on YouTube. So many things go into it, right? You have retention time, total watch time, you have likes, dislikes, shares, subscriber counts. Are people leaving comments? Those are all things that go into whether or not your videos are going to be circulating enough for ads to show on your video. You can have 100 videos. If there's no ads on your video, you're not making any money. So there's so many elements that go into it. It's not a, hey man, start a YouTube channel, you'll make a whole bunch of money. It's not going to be like that. So I want before I even get into the nitty gritty, I want you guys to understand, not everybody's going to be successful on YouTube. Not everybody's going to be successful on YouTube. The number one thing I would say is try to turn a hobby into a profit. That way, when you're making YouTube videos and it's a hobby of yours you'll be doing anyway, something that you would be doing anyway, you're not looking at it like, it's a headache. Like say, for example, you're a girl, you like hair and makeup, and you're just making hair and makeup tutorials. You would be doing that anyway. Only thing now is that you got a camera in front of you, leaving it for the world to see. If it catches on, great. If not, you go, hey, you know what? I was doing something I love anyway. So that's the first thing I would say for aspiring YouTubers. Do something you would be doing anyway, and do something that it's a hobby of yours or something that you love, okay? So let's get down into this article a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna scroll down here. And then as you guys can see here, YouTube made some changes about a couple of years ago to their advertising nowadays you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which is a lot, and 4,000 hours of watch time over a 12-month period. So basically, YouTube wanted a way to filter out the people who really were working on their channels, as opposed to people with 100 subscribers making money off of lackluster videos. So everything is ever changing. So if you're gonna get into the YouTube game, you got to understand things are gonna change a lot. Because there are people out there that abuse the system, and they, the good suffer with the bad. Look at me. You saw what happened to my channel. Yeah, I'm back, but look what I had to go through. But things are always changing. So that's another thing you have to be mindful of if you're getting into the YouTube game, that these parameters are not set in stone. This could change to 5,000 subscribers, and this could change into 10,000 hours of watch time. You just don't know. You just don't know, right? So let's go down a little bit more. As I scroll down here, you'll see, okay, so what do you make? That's the $1 million question. And like I said, it all depends on the ads that your videos generate. Like if you're a car vlogger, if you a travel vlogger, if you into music or movies, the ads that your video are going to generate is different. And what happens is advertisers who use AdWords pay different amounts of money to have their ads shown on your videos. AdSense is how the creators make money. AdWords is what the advertisers use. Okay, so I hope you guys understand that. AdSense is how the creators make money through YouTube. So it's not set in stone, but there's a range of money that you can make per view, and here's the range, and it fluctuates. Like I said, guys, it fluctuates. I just want you guys to understand this is kind of the range no matter what your channel is based on. So you see it here. You see that, man? So not a lot per view. And whatever you generate in terms of ad revenue, you only get 55%. YouTube takes 45%. So if you look at it right here, $7.60 per 1,000 ad views. That means you get about $4 for every 1,000 views on your video. You might say, all that work just for $4? Come on, Fifth Ad, what are you talking about? But what if instead of 1,000 views, you have 10,000 views on the video? You add a 0 to this, that 418 turns into 4180. What if instead of 10,000 views, it's 100,000 views? The 4180 turns into, you know, it keeps going. You add another 0. 418, 418. And you keep going. Instead of 100,000 views, 1,000,000 views. The 418 turns into 4. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a mindset of, I want to accumulate as much views as possible, you can see how the money could add up, and that's for one video. Just do the math. This right here. You can use this easy number. If you add a 0 to this, add a 0 to that, move the decimal place over. Basic 3rd, 4th grade math, right? So I'm gonna go down here. I'm just gonna highlight a couple of things from this article. So we're gonna scroll down a little bit. How much do famous celebrities make? Now, again, it depends what the channel is based on, how much ads they're generating. It depends. But let me just point out, I'm going to point out 2 YouTubers that I follow, and then we're going to take a look at them quickly. So Marquise Brownlee, you know, he does tech reviews. He's been in the game since he got into the game when YouTube was still in its infancy. So he kind of got in good with the algorithm from a start. And you guys can see he has 9 million subscribers. So Social Blade, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what it is. It just gives you an idea of, you know, the engagement. It gives you the engagement of the channel. It lets you know how much they make potentially live. It gives you a subscriber count. It gives you detailed statistics, future projections, all that good stuff. But let's take a look at estimated yearly earnings. Estimated, right? And that is a wide stretch, but it typically, from my experience, the earnings that a YouTuber makes is typically on the higher end as opposed to the lower end. It's typically like if somebody told me, what would you guess Marquise Brownlee makes? I would say it's closer to the 1.8 than it is the 113, right? Let's take a look. Now look at this, guys. Per day, he's making potentially 1,800 per day, potentially. On the low end, 115. Like I said, it's typically towards the higher end. And you guys know what I'm talking about. For all YouTubers out there, it's typically towards the higher end. So in the last 30 days, you see it here, guys. In the last 30 days, Marquise Brownlee has made potentially, I always say potentially because it could be anywhere in this range, but potentially 150,000. But he's a massive YouTuber. Not any YouTubers is gonna come out the gates and have millions of subscribers. Come on, look at the views. 1 billion views. Yes, you've seen that. 1.4 billion views. So not that many people are gonna do that, all right? So you might say, give me something more realistic, Fifth. Not too many people are gonna have 9 million subscribers. Okay, let's go over to somebody else I follow. Some of you guys know about him. He's Tall Guy Car Reviews. Shout out to Tall Guy. He started this channel a couple years ago. Actually created in 2016, but he really started in February 2017 because when I started following him, it was February 2017, and he was only 2 videos in when I subscribed. Back then, he wasn't making anything, but nowadays, he potentially makes 284,000 potentially. Look at that, with a lot less subscribers than Marquise Brownlee. Still a shitload of subscribers, but just take a look at that. And this doesn't, remember guys, there's a lot of ways to monetize your channel. It's not just AdSense. You have to leverage your subscribers. Now, if you have merch, they call it merch, t-shirts, mugs, cell phone covers, anything, pillows, you can sell that. You can sell ebooks. You don't need a publisher, you don't need an editor, nothing. You just put out an ebook, make an ebook cover, you're good to go. You can have a podcast. You can have affiliate links, anything to leverage your subscribers. It doesn't just have to be AdSense revenue. But Social Blade typically only takes an estimate of the earnings they can make on their channel based on Google AdSense earnings. So let's look at his daily breakdown. So Tall Guy Car Reviews potentially makes, look at this, 567 on this day. 3. See how it fluctuates though? It just depends on the views. So your earnings correlates with your view count more so than the subscribers. Now, subscribers is an indicator of, it tells YouTube, okay, if this guy's gaining 1,000 subs here, 700 here, 1,100 here, it's telling YouTube like the channel is an engaging channel and it's worthy of ads being displayed on the channel. But as you guys can see, the view count, the more views you see right here, plus 141,000 views, 500, plus 94,000 views, 300, plus 263,000, almost 264,000, 1.1K. So you see it. It correlates with your views. More views on your video, more opportunities for ads to display. The more opportunities for ads to display means you have a higher ability to make earnings. And as you guys can see, his daily average comes out to potentially 790. Again, it could be anywhere in the range, but it's typically at the higher range. So 790, and again, over the past 30 days, potentially 23,000. Okay, so I just wanted to show you 2 channels, 2 cats that I follow. Shout out to Marquise Brownlee, and shout out to Tall Guy Car Reviews. Follow these channels if you haven't already done so. Okay, 2 great channels. So that's celebrities. To answer this question right here, it fluctuates. Okay, rewind the video. I basically put everything in there. So let's go down to the article and point out some other things. So let me just read it real quick actually. So everyone gets pulled into the myth of making money on YouTube by the millions made by very few YouTube stars. Exact income isn't shared, but estimates are pretty easy to come by, with the top 10 all making more than 10 million a year from ads on their channels. Now again, if you go back to Social Blade, right, and you go back to the let's go back to the top YouTubers right here. And now let's say you go to the top 50 YouTubers and you put one of these people in, right? You'll see that the top YouTubers are making millions. There's no question about it. So right here, when you see top 10 all making more than 10 million a year from the ads on their video, it's no joke, man. It is no joke. You see it right here. Daniel Middleton is estimated to have made 16.5 million by playing Minecraft in videos for his 18 million subscribers. So all this guy does is play Minecraft, and he makes 16.5 million in just ad revenue. No merchandise, no books, no sponsors, nothing like that. The straight up ad revenue. So as you guys can see, if an avalanche happens and you start to pick up subscribers, you can see the money coming in. But let's get back to this article. And you see it right here. But think about those numbers. NBC gets about 18 million viewers for its Sunday night football broadcast, the #1 rated show on TV. If the show was on YouTube, it would make about 1.2 million for the 17-game season. YouTube celebrities are getting millions. Millions. And a lot of times they get millions off of just giving you their personality. There are channels where I see girls just merely going shopping in the mall and having laughs and giggles with their friends. They just call it vlog, fashion vlog. And they're making 6 figures a year, quitting their day jobs. But then I also see other channels that have ultra high content and they're struggling to get 1,000 views. So YouTube is very, you see both sides of the spectrum. So it's hard for me to tell somebody, yeah, do YouTube, you'll succeed, guaranteed. It's hard, you know? It's a battle for me, and I have 27,000 subs. So I can't just tell somebody, yeah, just start it, you'll be fine. So let's continue on with the article. YouTube celebrities are getting millions of views on each video and making a fraction of what is being paid on traditional media. You have to reach nearly 12 million people a year with your videos just to make YouTube a full-time job based on what you make with ads. You see this right here? You have to reach nearly 12 million people a year with your videos just to make YouTube a full-time job based on what you make with ads. This is why you can't rely on just ads alone. So a lot of times, people go, yo, Fifth, man, how do I quit my job and do what you doing, this and that? I'm like, look, YouTube for me isn't like my job. It's a hobby, but then it makes me, let's say I'm in like per month when my channel was really flying on all cylinders, clicking on all cylinders. Let's say I was making about $2 grand a month. That's 24,000 a year. That can't do that. You can't live off of that. Not in New York. Not in New York City. Hell no. But that extra stream of income on top of what I make with my other streams of income. So most of the YouTube money was going towards paying off a lot of the bills, and the money I was making for work, I was putting it in towards my other business ventures, setting aside money for rainy days, things like that. So I was using YouTube as not a get rich quick strategy, but as a passive stream of income. Put it to work. Pay off some of those heavy bills, pay your rent, pay your car note, pay the insurance, and the money that you make from your regular job, you save that and put it towards a growing business. You see what I'm saying? So that's my mindset. And if it grows into, instead of 2,000 a month, 10,000 a month, then I'm like, yo, fuck a regular job. Let me do, you know what I'm saying? So that's my mindset with it. Turn a hobby into passive income. And if it gets beyond that, go full throttle. But let's continue on with the article and then we'll finish things up. Okay, so how to make money on YouTube the real way. I like how this guy breaks it down here. I'm just going to skip down to this part where it says making real money has always been about finding the income sources that pay more, the income strategies that don't depend on millions of monthly views. In other words, instead of trying to get, 10 to 12 million views right here, like he says up here, a year to make a living off YouTube, instead of trying to do that, you can leverage your subscribers and try to make income different ways other than just ad revenue. That's all he's saying. See right here, how much can you make on YouTube? Estimated per view income for select sources. So now if you make courses, that's a great way to leverage your audience. Sponsored posts, you see a lot of guys, I'm actually going to start doing that, where sponsored just basically means, hey, a sponsor pays you. You get sponsored by somebody. Hey, show my soft drink in your video and we'll pay you X amount of dollars. Or, hey, show my gadget during your video and we'll pay you X amount of dollars. You see a lot of guys doing it where they say, hey, message from our sponsors. They're being paid to mention that item on their video. But you see way down here, this is what AdSense basically pays you, as opposed to alternative ways to monetize and leverage your audience. All right, so let's scroll down and go further with the article. As you guys can see here, he mentions affiliate advertising. Affiliate advertising is good. I'll leave that for another video, or you guys could just Google it yourselves. Basically, if you're an affiliate, you get a percentage of every sale that you help generate. Like, say for example, somebody says, help me sell a blender. And if you help us sell a blender through your affiliate link, we'll give you 10% commission. That's all affiliate advertising is. You help us generate a sale, we'll give you commission from that sale. Simple. But if you want more details on that, like I said, you can Google it or look at other channels that go in depth, or I'll just make another video on affiliate marketing altogether. And okay, when we scroll down here, sponsored videos, you see here, that's what I just explained that earlier. It's very common for people to, once their channel starts to hit full strides, you start to see sponsors. Sponsors will come to you. And like I said, hey, we have these glasses, we have a watch, we would like you to mention in the video. We'll pay you, certain amount of dollars if you just mention us. Now, the bigger your channel, the more views you have, the more views you generate, the larger your channel, the more you can demand from the sponsor. Okay? The more you can demand. Like, if you have 1 million subscribers, you could say, for a 30-second mention of your product on my channel, I charge you $2,000 for 30 seconds, as opposed to waiting the entire month to make $2,000 through Google AdSense or through ad revenue, however you want to say it. You can get that through one sponsor who's willing to pay. And you might be saying, why would a sponsor pay a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers $2,000 for 30 seconds? You know why? Because if that same sponsor wanted that product to be advertised during a commercial of, say, like an NBA sports game or a popular TV show, he would be paying 10 times the price to have it shown on national television. Whereas he can pay a fraction of that price to be shown to potentially 1 million subscribers. So I hope you guys are trying to, hope you guys are following what I'm saying. Okay, that's sponsored videos. That's just another way to make money off your videos. Let's keep it going here. Just having a sponsor is just a crazy way to make money off your videos and leverage your audience, okay? As you guys can see here, he says 20 times what you make from YouTube advertising, okay? Okay, let's scroll down. And as you guys can see right here, it says the final way to make money on YouTube is basically to create your own courses, your own products. Like, creating an ebook is nothing, guys. If you guys are writers out there, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are writers, and if you're not a writer, you can have an idea, lay it down on the table, and go to something like Fiverr.com and have somebody bring your idea to fruition. You pay a writer. You go to Fiverr.com right now. Let's do it right now. Fiverr.com. Right? You go to Fiverr, and these are just freelancers. These are freelancers. You could type in something like writer, right? I'm doing this live and direct. You type in something like writer, and you look for somebody who's willing to bring forth your idea. Like me personally, I love to write, so I wouldn't necessarily look for a writer to make a course or ebook. But let's just say you have a great idea, but you just don't know how to put it onto pages, into words. You don't know how to write it out into an ebook. There are people on Fiverr that work at a fraction of the cost of, let's say, if you just go to downtown Manhattan, or if you're in LA, downtown LA, go into an office and say, hey, I want my book published, and I want this, and I want an editor. Instead of paying thousands and thousands of dollars, you can just go to Fiverr.com and try to work with these people. And the thing with Fiverr is you only pay them when the work is done. You only pay them when the work is done to your liking. And you can always, say, no, you need to do this, this, and that. You only pay when your work is done. I've used Fiverr plenty of times. They're pretty good. I haven't used them for writing, but I use it for other things. And they pretty much have every category. As you guys can see, digital marketing, and then you have subcategories. Writing, you have subcategories. Video and animation, say you want to make an app or something or whatever, or let's say you're into music. Everything is on Fiverr. And these are all freelancers, guys. These are people that are probably in college or fresh out of college looking to make money on the side doing something that they love, a hobby of theirs. Or they just, maybe they're trying to make it big and they just want to make money in the meantime until their dream comes true. But I'm just throwing ideas out there for you, because you guys always ask me, what's the realistic chances of making money on YouTube? Okay, so all right, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So as you guys can see, there's still a lot of ways to make money on YouTube. I would say do something that is a hobby, something that you enjoy doing. I don't recommend starting a channel off of another person's idea and you just saw them successful and you want to do the same. Do something that you do every day. I don't care if it's movie reviews, music reviews, hair and nails, cars, tools, real estate. Do something that you find yourself doing anyway, something that you're passionate about. Make videos around that. Even if it's just like you just going to the mall and trying out different restaurants. Do something that you would be doing anyway. And two, show your personality. Show your personality. You know, don't be a robot. Don't be a drone. You see, when I make my videos, I just try to be myself in the videos. I give you guys, this is how I talk to my friends. This is how I talk to my family. Same way I'm talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? And those are the two most important things. Creating a channel around your hobby, something that you love, your passion, and showing your personality. Then after that, you just want to make sure you're delivering quality content. Always try to improve. Doesn't matter how good the video is, always try to improve. Get better gear, get better microphones, better cameras, better equipment. Just keep the production value always on the up and up. Never just be satisfied with just whipping out your Android phone or your iPhone and just boom, and that's it. You can start like that, but then try to graduate to something that's gonna bring the viewers in more easily. The higher the content quality, the more likely people are to subscribe and stay subscribed, okay? And last but not least is, while the ad revenue is cool, you can't just rely on it if you're trying to make a living off of it. Unless you have millions and millions and millions of page views, you're not necessarily going to make a living just off of ad revenue. So you have to find a way to leverage your fans, create merchandise. You heard me talk about merchandise. Create your own course, your own ebook. You know, you're gonna get donations if you do a live chat. You know, you got sponsored ads, all that stuff. So I just wanted to make this this quick video. You know, actually, what I'm gonna do is in the next few videos, I'm gonna review some YouTube channels. We're gonna take a look at them, and we're gonna see how much they make potentially, and we're gonna see the different ways that they monetize. Do they sell merchandise? Do they have ebooks? Do they have their own website with their own products? How much do they make in donations? You know, things like that. So we're gonna keep this thing going. And like I said, this whole big scare with the demonetization just opened my eyes up to monetize my channel in more ways than one. That way, if I get demonetized or if I lose the AdSense revenue, I still have my sponsors, I still have my merch, I still have my ebooks, my courses, all of that good stuff. All right, so that's just the real. In 2019, it's still possible to make money on YouTube, but it's not straightforward. It's not clear cut, guys. I don't want to lie to you. A lot of people out there, they make a video, they just lie to you for views and tell you it's going to be all good. I'm just telling you the real. You can do it still. It's going to be hard. That's why I recommend you doing it around something you love, your passion, and make sure you put quality before quantity. So be on the lookout for more videos, man. It's Fifth Avenue Project. Got much more on the way, man. Stay tuned.